going on with your safety boots?
Surfer Joe's, mate. You don't get any safer than this.
When we bought Cape Petrel, she'd been sitting out of the water on a hardstanding marina in Geraldton for a couple of years, just rusting away. We knew we were in for some work, but had no idea really how much work there was to do. We did the bare minimum so we could get her to the Abrolhos and then safely back to Perth. And then we hauled her out of the water down near Fremantle and started to get stuck in. First job was to rip out all of the woodwork and actually see what the rust was like inside the hull. Then we had to grind out the rust, sandblast the hull to get it back to a nice finish, put 3 coats of paint on her. She's 20 years old, so hopefully this work's going to see her in good stead for another 20 years.
Oh shit. All of the screws are rusted. And we can't get access without ripping this wall down. So I think we're going to have to do some destructive
Ripping and tearing.
here. I'm going to crack a frothy. Glad we left that fridge in. So
Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just changes the game, having to have a beer at work.
Bloody hell. Increases the vibes.
I could do at least 2 more hours a day for my boss if he let me have a beer at lunchtime. Easy.
How many? You should tell him that.
If you let you have beers from lunchtime, how many more hours would you do?
Yeah, it really depends on the intake, I think.
Typical Wayward move. We got a little too excited. This first weekend, Brody got his hands on a sandblasting unit that he pinched from work, and we just got stuck straight in without really planning how we're going to do it or thinking too much about how we're going to do it at all. So it was a good learning curve, but we did have to stop and pause a little after that and think about how we're going to do it a bit smarter moving forward.
That was intense.
The first session of sandblasting we didn't put any plastic down whatsoever. And we completely ruined it.
Just trying to get into these spaces, getting stuck, having mini panic attacks because you couldn't move in like blasting equipment.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. Just under that, where this bit crosses with that bit, in there was just like, it just kept going and going and going.
Oh, I can still see it.
Yeah. I was just smashing it out and just like, it was coming out in big chunks.
Dude, can you plug this in?
Oh dude, this thing is epic!
So what are you taping this for?
Because when we blast, otherwise it's just like, boom.
Chaos.
Yeah. So, because today we're only sandblasting in there, we're just going to do getting in there with a grinder in those two. So, we may as well try and contain the dust to that as much as we can. So, it's pretty gnarly otherwise.
Right, take this.
Yep.
You're
Not bendy enough.
you're not a short dude either.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing all last Sunday. I was just in here for a day trying to... And like, you make some progress, but you can't really see that you're getting too far with it. Anyway.
The wood finishes, not a fucking issue. It's all cheap pine with just a nice sealer on it. And the floor, it's not timber, it's just a vinyl.
Oh, nice.
So he said it's not hard, you just need to find the, all you need to do is find the vinyl again, and...
Maybe we could do some really trippy, like, space vinyl with, like, galaxy print in it.
Look,
what do you guys think?
you can table that. I like that you tabled it, Saki.
Look, I like that you thought of it.
Imagine that. Feel like you're just walking around in the universe.
Yeah, right. This has all gone like rank, this wood. It's gone like wet. Fuck.
Put me in the hole, baby.
It's just rip the thing up, eh?
Yeah.
Do you have a crowbar?
I'm hoping it's just screwed down. It is. This is going to be loud.
You have to present.
Alright. Yeah, I just went through the hole. Fuck! That just put a big hole in the boat.
Shit.
See?
Yeah.
First hole in the boat.
Whew.
I've still got to hit all this pile. We're going to have to cut this part out. Stitch something in.
Yep.
That was definitely the worst part I found in here though. This area.
Were you expecting a bit of rust? Or get holes?
Wasn't expecting holes in the boat, no. But expecting a lot of rust.
That there, Brody, where it's blowing through,
Yeah.
there's probably about 2.5 to 3 metres thick of steel there. On the edges.
2.5 to 3 mil.
Yeah.
I think let's rip this cut apart anyway.
Ice?
I should wear safety glasses. Jack, do you want to grab some safety glasses?
Yep.
Holy shit, that was stupid.
Definitely want to keep this one up.
So the whole thing that we've been doing is because there's so much rust in there, and some of it's really thick and some of it's more like just superficial. But when you blast, you get it back to pure steel, but then that oxidizes really quickly and will like flash rust. So if you don't, say you leave it like more than a day, you'll have a thin layer of rust on top of the metal and you'd actually have to blast again.
So 95% of that front room, which we're about to re-blast the whole thing, has already been blasted. And Looks like it's never been blasted.
So, was it last weekend? No, a couple of weeks ago when we blasted the first time, we bit off more than we could chew, and we blasted a big area. Then we ran out of time, and we only had time to paint. Well, we only had time to prep and paint a small area. So, all the blasting we did wasn't wasted, but it means we have to go over the same ground. So, we learnt this time to just bite off an area that we can chew.
Learnt the hard way.
A lot of learning.
Yeah, a little learning.
Love learning. Either me or Saki will see you bright and early.
I might not be coming tomorrow. I need to do some stuff.
Well, that sounded like a lie.
I've realised that tomorrow is actually an important day for me to get all my shit ready and do some things and see some people. So I'm not coming.
Oh shit.
The mood in here just dropped.
It just dropped.
Noticeably.
Yeah. Everyone's faces just
Noticeably.
fully drooped.
It's not a competition match.
With what?
With who can put holes in the boat.
It is. And it's 1 versus 1.
Loser, you're on zero. Guess I'm going to put a hole in the boat.